Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Today we're pulling from the Shining Woman tarot cards. So we got a lot of twos in there, so if you weren't able to manifest on the first, today's another opportunity to do so. We're starting off with the Nine of Stones, excuse me. So they're saying this is traditionally the Nine of Pentacles, but look at the beautiful stars in the sky, you know? A lot of this is discovering our inner strength, believing in ourselves. Sometimes we're like, oh, it's not going to happen, and we discourage ourselves and we don't do certain things. I feel like it's like, with determination, we end with the Chariot card here. We've been getting a lot of Chariot energy, and it's like with determination and dedication, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. You know what I mean? Manifest. Do things that will push you in that positive direction. If you have a goal in mind, sit there and work towards that goal. Don't let anyone poo-poo on your parade. If you want something bad enough, it'll happen. You just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Come up with a game plan. What do I need to do, to sit there and get to this place where I can, exactly like the last card, be the victor wearing the wreath. And a lot of it is discipline, going within. So the Nine of Stones, she has faced difficulties and has had to make choices and sacrifices. She is alone. She frowns slightly. We see a shadow on her face. The position of this shadow is the angle of her head, indicating that she turns away from the sun. That is, away from spontaneity. Instead of pure freedom, she has chosen a life of creative discipline and self-development. Satisfaction, a good life, self-discipline, self-resilience, achievement. So the one thing I can relate with this is with Shabbat. You know, I've got a lot of pushback for it. At the end of the day, I do what makes me happy. You know, and trust me, when you get a lot of pushback from something, you know what I mean? You're not harming no one. You're not doing anything crazy. You're not pushing it on anyone else. And it's like, why are you so vocal about something that has nothing to do with you? Yeah, it gets a little hard when we're in social settings and I sit there and I ask before I go, and I bring my menorah and a candle, and I asked them, I said, may I go into a different area and do my prayers because it's Shabbos? Yep, absolutely. Everybody that knows me knows I've been doing this for years. So it's just like I always ask first. You know what I mean? I try not to make plans on Shabbos because I know that's part of it. That's something I stay true to. But I just don't understand why people have to poo poo on something that has nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? So it's like it could deter you. You know, something that is meant for you could deter you. Isn't that happen with relationships? Oh, don't date that person. Yeah, 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 yeah. So it deters you. And it's like that could have been a great relationship, but or they'll sit there and talk crap about them, and then they turn around and they're dating them, and it's like they're like, what? You didn't want to date them, so I went for them. So it's like you got to watch that stuff. Knower of rivers. So you see she has a fish in her hand and a snake. She's plucked it out of the water. So, water is our emotions going in within, our inner, they're showing the word freedom. And we're taking things out that don't serve us. Maybe these are things that we do that, emotionally impact others. The way we speak, the way we act. And it's like removing the things that no longer serve us. Water which cannot be explained or chartered, but can only be known by the knowing. The knower holds the fish and the snake, symbolizing the awakened soul, and a grip that is firm but without harshness. And the outer river, the more elaborate fish and snake swim freely through the light waters of emotion, looking deep in one's nature, self-knowledge, intuition, confident action, believing in ourselves, believing of what we are or what we do, and especially if you're a person that does things that to be a positive. Sometimes we misinform or whatnot, but as soon as you do, you correct yourself. But it's like, what I mean? Like I said, you're not harming anyone. Keep doing what resonates. So 5 is stones. So again, going within. So these people are in a cave. They've gone in. They made this fire. And look at the ancient writings on the wall. So it's like they learned something here. The picture takes us under the surface, within the self, in the mystery of our lives. Other stone cards show the sky. Here we find ourselves deep in the cave, lit only by a human-made fire. The card has links with the high priestess and the hermit. High priestess is taking a step back, having a seat, being patient, and the knowledge will come to us. What we're supposed to learn, what is supposed to be in front of us, what is supposed to be in our path will come to us. The hermit, shining the light on the situation, showing us, like, they're showing the Gilded Tarot where it's like shining his lantern and he's able to see this poisonous snake in his path. If he had not had the light, he wouldn't have seen it coming. Could be intuitive messages in that way. The Four of Birds and other cards that which take us inward. Because it is stones, however, it implies that something sustainable and long-lasting will emerge from this inner journey. Finding your own values, making discoveries, recognizing your own power, changing a situation or the way you live because of inner conflict or inner conviction. You got to do what makes you happy. I've been a spiritual person since I was a child. I turned to my faith because things were going on and I kept praying to God for it to stop. And I turned against God because I thought it was him that was doing it. Or he wouldn't put an end to it. I was angry. And I turned away for a long time. And it's just like, as I got older, I was corrected. And it's like we all have free will. They had free will to do what they did that affected me. Eventually that situation came to an end. But I don't dwell in that. I just keep moving forward. And that is like learning that I can't put my anger where it doesn't belong. I can't repeat cycles because it affects others in a negative way. So I just move forward. It's like I don't want to think about it. Why talk about it? Can't change it. It's part of my story. They're saying relatable, but I don't wish that on anyone. So with the Seven of Trees, the heart marks a kind of broad border between the sensor and emotional level of experience and the spirit truth of the final opening. According to Campbell, only the deepest intuitives innovate, follow the dance beyond the place in the sand painting that signifies the heart. The other dancers exit back the way that they came. In Kabul, we learn of the invisible abyss which separates the higher and lower levels of the tree of life. The heart is not a border, but an active energy which looks both ways, above and below. The heart is the seat of love, and it is love which connects the sensory and the spiritual. And so we find the spinal tree, a radiant sun, a place of the heart, inner truth, spiritual power, self-discovery, love, revelation. They're showing Beth Chapman, where she said a family that prays together stays together, And I truly do believe that, I don't force it on my kids. They want to read my Torah. I got them, their own. When my son always says, when I hear Shalom come on, it's like a lullaby. I know mom's going to bed. I'll come in and I'll sit there and I'll play with his hair and we'll sing it together. And he knows that's my nightly devotion. After I do my prayers, I go to bed. He knows that. So he'll come in. He'll come in for that one. He loves that one. When Shabbos is going, we do the kiddush, and he'll come in and do the kiddush with me. One of them will sometimes. Oh, can I light the candle? Absolutely, you can light the Shabbos candle. So we can do the blessing. You know, so it's just like if they gravitate towards it, they gravitate towards it. As they grow up in a place where it's based on love, tradition. Like this year, we're talking about what decorations we're going to do for the tree. And I said, can I have this year and I'm going to do this? They're like, yep, go ahead. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a family decision. We all going to look at that tree. So it's like, can I sit there and put that on? Can I decorate it this way this year? Yep. Christmas is hard for us. We try to respect the veterans, and they, some do say like, don't decorate until after Veterans Day. For us, it's hard because we get into the spirit of it, and then I was like, nope, wait after until then, and then I got busy, and then I got depressed. Thank God my oldest was like, I'm going to decorate the tree. I'm like, have at it. He decorated the tree. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm going to decorate the tree. I'm sure they're going to put some stuff on there that they want on there, but it's just like, that's a tradition of ours. We are starting our own Christmas tradition because we have the, family Christmas together as a whole, and it's like our own Christmas. You know what I mean? We do Hanukkah. We don't do presents at Hanukkah. We do the spiritual side of things, but they grew up with Christmas. I'm not going to take away that from my kids. You know what I mean? But they know that tradition. Like, they know Mom has the menorah. They sit there. They know that we we do the prayers. They like the opening. There's a prayer, and I love it because it's like that's how the kids have always been, dancing and singing. And they're sitting there and they're celebrating, they're singing this song. And it's like the opening and closing for ceremony, especially high holidays. And the boys love it. And I teach them dances and stuff, for the song, and they love it. But it's just like, that's the way it should be, So we're going to end on the Chariot. So the Chariot symbolizes the equality of will. We were just talking about will. Often this becomes reduced to willfulness and determination to triumph over life, which means much more than this. This card teaches us that will flows like a river when we join ourselves to sacred power. So, we're talking about the Noah rivers here, plucking out this fish and this snake. We're not harming them, but it's like, they don't go with our emotions. They don't it doesn't resonate with us. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not supposed to be in our river, so we're taking it out. We're not trying to harm it, but we're just like, nope. This is not going to be part of my emotional being. Often this becomes reduced to willfulness and determination to triumph over life. Will means much more than this. This card teaches us that will flows like the river when we join ourselves to sacred power. The card of the Chariot is among the most complex of the major arcana. Will, victory, sometimes aggression, strong personality with the possibility and sometimes the need to break through a deeper knowledge of life or the meaning of a specific situation. So in this, he does look like Moses, and he's holding the 10 Commandments. You know what I mean? Standing before a podium, bringing us that, deeper knowledge. Like, because we're conditioned to this where we get to a certain age, we go to school, you have your break at a certain time, your lunch at a certain time. What are they training you for? Work. Think about it. You go to middle school, elementary school, you go to high school, you go to college, you're conditioned to these certain ways. They're telling you when you can go to the bathroom, what you can, X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? But it's like, there's more to life than just that. And I feel like more and more, we relearned that during the pandemic. We love and value our time with our family. It's just it's not that you forget about it, it's just like you don't have enough time for it. Because you're just going and going and going and going and going. You gotta go to work, you gotta go shopping, you gotta pay the bills, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do the yard work. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, there are a lot of those are blessings. Like, yard work is tedious, but you know what? At least you're lucky enough to have a yard. You know what I mean? At least you're lucky enough to have a sacred space. I love this. There's I'm very lucky to come across this couple. They were both widows. They had a widow support group. Then they said, like, dating after, becoming a widow. Great tips. They're like, don't post you're a widow and stuff like that. So, like, it's like to keep yourself safe and stuff like that. Um, and lucky enough for them, they found each other. So she posted, she's like, leave enough room in your garden for the angels to dance. And I love it. And I love the fact the two of them respect each other. And that's what I love, is the fact that both of them understand that, they didn't choose to become widows and widowers, but they they have loved ones, but they had a love before they met each other. But they also love and respect the fact that now they have this new life together. You know what I mean? And he just dotes over her, and he helps her build her garden. She's just an amazing gardener. But I love the fact that she posted that, make space for the angels to dance. And I was just like, yep, exactly, that's what Shabbat's all about. You know what I mean? Call in all your loved ones. We're calling in everybody, all of our ancestors, all of our loved ones, anyone that wants to participate, come in. Let's celebrate. Let's dance, let's sing, let's praise God. That's what Shabbos is all about. You know what I mean? You had a cruddy week. Let's light this candle. Let's say the Kiddush. Let's burn up all the negative energy. This is so, like, manifestation. Isn't that what we talk about when we light the sage and we light candles and incense? It's exactly that. We're clearing out the negative energy and we're bringing in the positive. It's very much a rejuvenating day to sit there and be grateful for everything that has happened. I hold my Shabbos candle, and I sit there and I tell God, thank you for X, Y, and Z that has happened. Can you please bring this? When my son was going through it, can you please watch over him? Can you please protect him? Can you please bring in resources, knowledge? What am I supposed to do here? I said to him, I'm like, it's like you're a crying baby, and I've fed you, changed you, burped you, cradled you, did everything I can, and I still don't know what to do. It's like we couldn't communicate, So it's just like, that's why I talk about that. I'm very passionate about Shabbos because it's something dear to me, but whatever resonates with you, you do. Bring that positivity in your life. Go inward. Even if everyone makes fun of you. Everyone made fun of Jesus. My cousin said that to me. He goes, I said, yeah. He goes, you believe in the Bible? I said, yeah. And he goes, we should read the Bible someday together. And I said, absolutely. And he's just like, and I was like, well, people make fun of me. And he goes, well, they made fun of Jesus too. And I'm like, you're right. It's nice to find people that you can have conversations with on that deeper level. And not just this, life, work, pay bills, repeat, I feel like that's what they're saying to you, The chariot is much more about determination, dedication, just to completing goals. It's determination and dedication, even with your manifestations. If Shabbos, whatever belief system you have, even if you believe in yourself, it takes discipline. Because the shadow side tries to come in. Oh, they're going to make fun of you. Oh, my gosh, we have to do this. It's just like you feel better after you do it. You know what I mean? It's just like, especially in the summertime and it's like 45 degrees and you have to light the candle. You're just like, oh, got to turn off the fan so it doesn't blow out the candle. But you still do it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, finding that determination and dedication to always think positive. Finding that determination and dedication to sit there and self-preservation. You know how hard it is for me to go against my, my will to sit there and take care of others? You sit there and do what resonates with you, what's positive for you. As long as you're not hurting anyone or yourself, do what is positive for you. If it makes sense and it gets you through the day, I always, say this, when I was going through it and I'm sitting there packing up our home to move, because we have to move, and after we lost Shane, and it's just like taking that hour to laugh and, sit discipline, putting yourself first. You always put everybody else first. Nobody else fills your cup. God fills your cup. The universe fills your cup. Sit there and be disciplined to sit there and put yourself first. There's nothing selfish about it. They all put themselves first. They all know they can come for you and get something out of your cup. So sit there and do the same for yourself. It's not being selfish. You've learned, We're taught by standing up for ourselves that we're being a certain way, and it's wrong. Sit there and love yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, September 2nd, 2022. May the universe bless you good. Have a fabulous, safe, rejuvenating weekend. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card.